Hello everyone, I'm Erica and welcome to Friday Sews. Friday Sews is a hashtag that was started by Jen from Jen in the Sewing Room. I'll put a link to her channel down below, but now a lot of us are doing it. This is my second week and I'm having a great time sharing my sewing and projects and crafts he makes with you guys. If you are new to this channel, I predominantly talk about knitting, sewing, vintage and retro hairstyling, and beauty, and pretty much everything I make. I'm trying to create a retro-inspired wardrobe that feels like secret pajamas. So I do a lot of sewing with knits, a lot of sewing with prints, and yeah, that's me. So if you enjoy what you see today, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. So the first thing I want to talk about today is what I'm wearing. It's been a bit a week of adventures in sewing. Some of them more successful than others, but this one is a success. I'm going to find a reference for it really quick so I can show you the pattern. This is the Sinclair Valley skater dress, and I am going to be hosting a sew-along on this channel as well as on our Facebook group, which is Sew a Vintage Style Dress Community. So I'll put a link to those down below. But this is the line drawings for the Valley Skater dress. This is a free pattern. It has a multiple sleeve lengths. So you can do it in a long sleeve, a puffy lantern style sleeve. You can do a cap neck, like a crew neck, a boat neck, or a scoop neck. I have filmed the making of this dress for the tutorial that's going up on the channel. This starts February 1st. But let me show you the one that I made. So this is the dress. You can also make this as a peplum. I'm gonna stand on a chair so you can see the length. I am 5'2", and I've hemmed it to come a little bit under my knee. As you can see, it's got a waistband. I used a contrast fabric for my waistband. This is a Liverpool fabric in a navy blue. My fabric itself is from Girl Charlie, and it is a double brushed polyester. I did the short, like cap, normal sleeves, and the scoop neck. It has a band that goes around the neck for all three versions. This dress also has very easy to sew pleats in the front and back of the skirt. The skirt is identical. It has inseam pockets that are actually a pretty decent size, and nice to be able to put your hands in. So yeah, this dress was a really fast make. It came together very easily and very quickly. I have already put up a video talking about the fabric that you need and cutting out the dress, as well as talking to you guys a little bit about sizing. So to give you an idea, in Sinclair Patterns, they have a petite size, a regular size, and a tall, and that really affects how the pattern pieces are going to fit you. So I'm 5'2". I always pick the petite, and I usually don't have to make any weird changes to like where the length of the bodice is and things like that. The changes I do always make in Sinclair Patterns is I drop their their underarm. I make the underarm seam a little bit lower, about 1/4 inch on the front and back of the pattern, sometimes 1/2 inch depending on the pattern. You just want to do a test fit, and I do that because I just like a little bit more ease in the underarm area, but definitely test fit and see how you feel about it. I also find it that, so they tell you to choose your base size based on your bust, hip, and waist measurement. And what I usually do is I will trace out the pattern with my bust size, which is a little smaller, and then I grade out to a slightly larger size in the waist, and that has done very well for me every time. So that is the first thing. Please join us in February. We'd love to have you along to make your own secret pajama retro dress. Now, last week I put out my Make 9, and one of the things in my Make 9 was another Sinclair pattern. It's the Nyoka. So these are the line drawings of the Nyoka. It's got that twist front, which I think is really beautiful. And I did a test fit, so now I know I can bust into my fabric. These are my sewing plans for February. So I have this DTY fabric. It's very soft and it's this beautiful blue. I'm really into blue lately. Don't know why. But yeah, it's this beautiful royal blue. So it has a good stretch. I think it's going to be perfect because it'll have that drape that I need for the twist front. So that is one of my February sewing plans. And then I also want to make, and I'm torn, I either want to make I want to make a wrap dress from this pink, hopefully in time for Valentine's Day. This is also a DTY knit. I love this pink so much. I love pink. But I either want to make the Friday Pattern Company Westcliff, which I'm kind of leaning towards, and I'll try to find, I have all my patterns on my iPad. So this is the Westcliff. There it is, which it's really hard to see. Sorry about that. Let me find a line drawing. It'll do a better job of showing it. Where are the line drawings? Why are there no line drawings? Goodness gracious. Okay, apparently there's no line drawings. Anyway, it's got gathers. That just seems weird. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's all I got. We got a line drawing. Well, it's got gathers on the shoulder, like right through here. And then it's just a wrap dress. And I think it's really pretty, but it has a more narrow skirt, which I like. And it'll have a more sort of 40s-ish feeling. I really love this pink. It feels very like Schiaparelli pink to me, and I have quite a lot of this. So I'll probably make something more 30s with this after, but I do really want a hot pink wrap dress. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Schiaparelli, she is a designer from the 1920s that worked a lot with some of the surrealist artists like Salvador Dali. And you should definitely look her up if you're unfamiliar because she's fantastic. And she designed a lot in very bold colors. So the other option, there's another dress I've made before, is the Joanne wrap dress from Sinclair, which has several options, and I would just make the short sleeve. But what I like is it's got some little pleating. Here, look, this is some better examples of the models. See that little bit of pleating that's in the waist? It's really pretty. So either way, those are the possible plans. And then this might take a second to find. I want to make myself a polka dot skirt. And I really want to make one that's got kind of a 30s inspiration. So let me pull that up for you. I've got this book, which is Everyday Fashions of the 1930s from the Sears catalog. I got this on Amazon as a Kindle book, and it has an amazing array of styles that were normal people could buy them as ready-to-wear fashion in the 1930s. And it's just so inspiring. I really like 1930s fashion. I just don't wear it as often as I would like. But I'm hoping to incorporate that into some of my fashion this summer, some of my outfits. But here we go. I was inspired by this skirt right there with the polka dots and the little front V yoke. But my thought is this is a Liverpool bullet knit style fabric in the polka dots. I've got quite a lot of this. It was going to be a dress, but now I think I'm going to make a skirt and maybe culotte pants with it. So I'm thinking doing this as the skirt, and then I've got this bullet knit which is now covered in cat hair, perfect, in plain black. So that would be like the little V in the front for the yoke, and then the rest of the skirt would be the polka dots. And I think this would be really, really, really cute. And it would go with pretty much everything that I ever wear. Excuse me, I was like coughing for a minute. So those are my sewing plans for February. Let's talk about some things that were mixed successes. So the Sirocco jumpsuit is in my make 9. I've ordered some more test fit fabric for that because my first go at the Deer and Doe Sirocco was not good. Like, it really didn't fit me very well at all. The pockets are not explained very well, in my opinion. Like, I was really struggling. But I got it to work, and I figured out some of the changes I need to make. I went cuckoo cutting my sizes, so I looked too much at the finished garment measurements, and I didn't have enough stretch. And if you don't have enough stretch, it's a jumpsuit, and it goes completely over. Like, you just pull it up and pull it on. So if your fabric doesn't have enough stretch, you can't get it over your waist. Like, your waist band won't go over your hip. So the first time, that's what happened to me. So I have ordered fabric that has 60% stretch, which is what this calls for. And it's a cotton lycra, and I got it from Girl Charlie, and I got it for like $3 a yard, which is exactly how much I want to spend on a test fit for something that may or may not work. But the only color they had was yellow, like bright neon yellow. I'm wearing the flower today to kind of get used to the idea, but we shall see if I can make this work. I feel like, and I want to do like the short romper one, because I only bought like a couple yards. I probably will never wear this, but if I do, like, I'll look like a superhero. I figure I could wear it with black and feel like the Silk Spectre from The Watchmen, or get a black cape and feel like Batgirl. I don't know. It's probably going to be tragic, like clown suit, but I'll let you know how it goes. I'm planning on test fitting that in March probably, because I think March is going to be pants month, which takes me to the next thing. I was looking to make, I have the Gertie Sews Vintage Casual book, which has a pair of cigarette pants in it. Never worn made pants before. Well, I have, but they were like pajama pants. So I really want to try to make a pair of like more realistic pants. So I want to try the cigarette pants from that book, and I was really agonizing over sizing because the size that I take in my waist is about 3 sizes bigger than the size of my hips. I have what's called a top hourglass figure, so I've got more going on up here, I'm wider up here, and then I have a real waist, but then my hips are pretty slim. So somebody in the Gertie group was like, you should cut the size for your hip and then just adjust the darts to fit your waist. So using some old sheets that were like literally falling apart, I did a test fit for that with that mentality in mind, and it worked pretty well. I'm pretty close to having like pants that fit me in the muslin, so I'm thinking I'm going to definitely try again with another test fit. And that pattern is supposed to have, you're supposed to make it with something with some stretch, like a stretch woven or a ponte like stable knit. So I think that's something I'm going to try. And then I also have Craftsy, and one of the classes is the Pagosa pant from Sew News magazine, which is a woven pant with a drawstring waist and this cute little tie. There's another picture of it. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So March is the Pagosa pant. I'm also considering trying my first ever jacket, which would be the Gertie swing coat in the short version. I may order some fleece fabric to test that. I watched the Gertie video, and she said that she does think you could sew that particular style in polar fleece, and she doesn't like polar fleece. So if she says it's possible, I'm going to try it because I can get polar fleece for really cheap, and I've never made a coat before. And this one has like, it looks like an easy coat, but it's got a lining. So I've never really done that. So I wanted to do a test fit in something cheap. So that might happen at the end of this month or maybe next month. I mean, maybe at the end of February or in March. It just depends. But definitely I want to get the skirt and the 2 dresses done in February. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was fun. I had fun being here. Please, if you would like, join our Valley Skater Dress Sew Along next month and come and check out the Sew a Vintage Style Dress community on Facebook. We would love to have you. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, on the community, there are very simple questions. So just make sure you answer them, and that's only there so that we don't get trolls. We want to make sure that like everyone who's there is actually excited about sewing dresses in a vintage style. So yeah, just pay attention to that. That way if you come over, you'll get in the group because it's open, but you do have to answer the questions. All right, I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.